Welcome to the Athlete Spotlight on B2B. We're joined by Kansas football player Trevor Kardell. Welcome.
Go Knowlton.
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Are you guys in spring practices right now?
Not quite yet. We are focusing on working out right now, so that's mainly what's been going on. We won't start practicing here until about the middle of March. So
Awesome. So, Kansas football, it was the talk of the whole nation this year. You guys pretty much shocked the nation coming off with a hot start, a hot winning start this year. What kind of changed from you being this you're in your second year here now? What changed from your freshman year?
you know, um, the coaching change was big. Um, Bringing in Leipold and his staff, and the culture that they implemented into this team over the past 2 years, it was incredible. I mean, you know, this second year, we've got guys that are bought into this program, and we have the fan base that's bought into this program as well. And, I think that definitely boosted us forward was, that support behind our backs in order to, go throughout this season.
Definitely. Yeah, you guys had a really good season, going from 2 wins in 2020 and 2021 combined to 6 wins in a bowl game this year. That must have been pretty special. How was that in the locker room? How did your teammates kind of react to that and to all the national hype?
It was incredible, going 5-0 to start off the season, and then, getting college game day to come to Lawrence, Kansas. Like,
Yeah.
who would have thought? But it was pretty special. The hard work that we put in the off season, it was paying off, and guys were starting to believe. The fans were starting to believe that this is a legit program, and we stand by our core values as a team, which are, leave it better than you found it, strain to finish, and unwavering belief in the process.
Mhm.
And those three things are what every one of my teammates live by every day, trying to move this program forward.
Yeah. And you yourself, you're coming off a baseball season from last year, so you play both sports. How did you manage that with also getting good grades in college and kind of just living a college lifestyle as a student athlete?
At KU, we have incredible resources. Shout out to Glenn Quick, Stephen Carberry, Kelsey Lovell, and Ryan King. But they helped me a ton, clearing my schedule. I wouldn't say clearing it, but like working my schedule around my athletics and whatnot. And they do an incredible job. And, there's so many other resources here at KU that student athletes can use. And, they make it, I wouldn't say too easy, but they make it very easy to, get the help that you need,
Hmm.
if and whenever you need it.
Definitely. And what made you stick to football?
Yep. When was this? This was in January, about the middle of January. I spoke with Fitzgerald, and you know, it was time. I mean,
Yeah.
it was going to happen eventually. Balancing two sports, it's very difficult, and it takes a very, very special athlete, to play two sports their entire college career. And baseball wasn't going too well for me. I hadn't been seeing the field, which you know, it's that's fine. But it's actually kind of interesting. Like, coming into college, playing baseball is all I expected to do.
Hmm.
Um, and then, now you throw football into the mix, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? Now I'm
Yeah.
playing both, and now I'm going to have to pick between the two at some point. And, football, I mean, the baseball program, they're uphill from here on out. Like
Yeah,
Coach
I agree.
Fitzgerald is going to do some great things with those guys, but I've devoted so much time and effort into this football program that, bouncing back and forth kind of it started to hurt me,
Hmm.
in like trying to get on the field and being at baseball was pretty difficult. But you know, like I said, it was bound to happen at some point. And Fitzgerald, he completely understood. He was very supportive, and he let me know like if and when I ever want to, come to the dugout and hang out with the guys, like don't hesitate. So, I was really thankful that he understood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And talking about football, that big game last year against Texas, you had that incredible catch where you got blew up after. What was going through your mind after that catch, and especially after the game when you guys came back and won a really, really big game for you guys?
First off, that catch, I still feel it in my back. That thing hurt. That hurt. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever jumped that high in my life up until that point, but no, it was pretty incredible. Whenever I hit the ground, I was like, "There's no way I just held on to that." We got the first down. Well, let's go score.
Mhm.
um, and then towards the end of the game, it was such an adrenaline rush with how close the game was, and like you could tell on the sidelines, there wasn't a single person on the sidelines that wasn't locked into the game at every
Yeah.
moment. Um, and then that last play um, is incredible. I mean,
Yeah, I
everybody
remember
knows about
watching
it
that.
up at this point, but
Absolutely, but that was a great way to kind of start the talk about Kansas football and kind of putting your name into the actually legit programs, especially in the Big 12. And talking about like Texas, that must have been an amazing atmosphere. But what's your favorite place you've ever played at for football?
I'd have to say by default, the booth is
Yeah,
undoubtedly the best place to play college football. I mean, our fans are absolutely incredible, and when the booth gets loud, the booth gets loud.
hmm,
Um, but other than that, I would have to say playing in Memphis against Arkansas was really special. It's a marker of how our program step forward that we've taken, and there's a lot more progress to be had.
yeah,
But that was a very big stepping stone for us.
definitely. I was back in California watching that game and heartbreaking loss, but it was nice to see the
Yeah.
offense really, really tough it out and give Arkansas a good fight. But so outside of football, you're in Lawrence, Kansas, one of the best college towns in America. What's your favorite things to do outside of actually playing football?
I'd have to say golf would have to be number one. The
Hmm.
weather's starting to pick up a little bit. Hopefully, I can get out and play a couple holes. But yeah, playing golf with the guys, and then I go back home and my family and I we play ping pong all the time, and I enjoy playing pool. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I enjoy doing outside.
Hmm. And to kind of cap off this podcast, what are 5 things that you can't live without?
First off, I'd have to say my dog Slugger, who
Hmm.
is an English bulldog. He is the laziest dog I've ever seen, but he is absolutely adorable. Two, I would have to say a good old box of Cheez-Its.
Really?
I will take a good old box of Cheez-Its any day of the week. Um, Next, I'd have to say Spotify. I'm always on Spotify. I'm always listening to music in general. Next, I'd have to probably say my Xbox. Um, I play video games with the guys, to pass
Hmm.
time, whatnot. After I get my schoolwork done, I mean, we'll play Xbox for hours.
Yeah.
It's also a great way to connect with your teammates. That's especially like the new guys that we just picked up, the transfers and whatnot. It's a great way to connect with the new guys. And then last, I'd probably have to say these bad boys right here. My Ray-Bans.
Catch you around Lawrence with those.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining us at B2B, and I wish you all the best luck for this upcoming season next fall.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.